verse 7, be not wise in thine own eyes.
Ah, nice. Read that again.
Be not wise in thine own eyes.
Right, be not wise in thine own eyes. Go on.
Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
Right, fear the Lord and depart from evil, man. And that's what it's all about. If you have that true, genuine fear of the Lord, you're not going to be walking your walk, doing what you do, being the way that you want to be. Okay, being in a discombobulated state of mind, you're going to get right, and you're going to walk the right walk because you genuinely fear the Lord. So let's read that one more time.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 7, be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
And depart from evil, because when you do things the opposite of the ways of the Lord, now you diving into the realms of danger and evil. And if you stay in that road, you're gonna be destroyed. You know, it's just black and white like that, man. So you got something, right?
I jump down to verse 12.
Yeah.
For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth.
Right, who the Lord loveth, he correcteth. Go on.
Even as a father the son in whom he delighteth.
Right, so if you're a father and you have a son and you don't correct him, you don't put no discipline on his eyes, that means you don't give a fuck about your son, man. And when he grows up, he's gonna become a demon, a degenerate, because he wasn't disciplined enough. All right, and you got some kids that don't really need to be disciplined, like certain kids. You got some kids that need to be more disciplined than other kids, and that's why the Most High put certain brothers through the ringer rather than other brothers.
Yeah.
So that the Lord can get you on the right path, because a lot of the times, the reason why brothers is going off a lot of the times because their mind in the right state.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, they're in a discombobulated situation. And that's why the Most High push you through hell. That hell is just to get you back on track. That's all that is. And then once you go through that hell, you're supposed to grow from that hell, so that you don't make that mistake again. All right. So each time you go through hell, you're learning something from that, and then you become a better person. Go on, brother.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments.
Yeah, that's a part of it too. That's definitely a part of it.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Right. And that's another thing as well, because you got a lot of these camps, especially the boys in purple, the IUIC, they always say, keep the law, keep the law, keep the law, and they're not keeping the law perfectly. You see them guys in the camp, they got all kind of lined up and something. Beards all lined up, hairlines all lined up. So they're not keeping the law, so they're a bunch of hypocrites, man. Okay?
For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Exactly. So you got to examine yourself at all costs. You got to stay on top of yourself. It's like I said, if you forsake yourself and what you do, what's going to happen is you're going to wind up going into the realms of evil. Like many of guys have done so, and this is why they're back in the world. Why? Because they act like the world. Which the world that we live in today is a way of lust and confusion, and just do as thou wilt. So when you act like the world, you're going to become the world. Yeah, that's in John 2.
Green and gold, yeah.
That's in John 2, man. Yeah, Shalom, man. So that's just the whole ordeal, and that's the reason why the so-called white man, he's going down just because of that kind of spirit. Because Esau don't fear the Most High, which he's not supposed to. So he opposes himself like he is the Most High and rearranges everything. Okay, this is why in this society, they're promoting this transgenderism. Everything that goes against nature as a whole, they promote it. They bring it out there because he's doing his own thing. So when you walk in your own walk and you ain't corresponding with the knowledge and wisdom of the Most High, then guess what? Now you're going to lead into danger. You're going to lead into the realms of destruction. That's as far as it goes, and that's why the society is going down, because of that do as thou wilt, lustful, animalistic spirit, man. And that's why a lot of you jakes are going to fall down with Esau as well. All right? Yeah, so, yeah, read that again. Read 1 Corinthians 13:5. So you got to be in good behavior. It's all about your behavior. And another thing that you could do as well is look at other brothers, because you got certain brothers that show an example. So if there's a guy in your camp that's showing a reasonable example, you're supposed to follow after that guy. That's why you have leaders in different levels. Okay? Because if you just rolling around doing your own thing and you ain't thinking about what the fuck you're doing, then you're gonna find yourself in the most dangerous position in your life, and you're gonna regret it. Okay, because we're men. We're not niggas in the world anymore. You know, we're not just regular niggas in the world anymore. Rolling around naive and not knowing what's going on, looking on this mode and all of that bullshit. We gotta cut that bullshit out, man, and stop being fucking men. Excuse my language, but I'm kind of just sick of the simplicity, man, of our people sometimes, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
Right, examine yourselves. Read it. We're gonna read some more now.
Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
Yeah.
Prove your own selves. Know ye not that your own selves, how that Yahushua and Mashiach is in you,
Yeah.
except ye be reprobates.
Right, go on.
But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
Right, that's Paul speaking. Paul said, I trust that we are not reprobates. Exactly. So we're supposed to walk according to the rule of this right here. Walking wise as wise men, discerning the times, discerning ourselves, being sharp. This is what the Lord wants us to do. The Lord don't want us walking around like a bunch of headless chickens, man. The Lord requires us to be disciplined. Go on.
Now I pray to the Most High that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be reprobates.
Exactly.
Though we be as reprobates.
Yeah, give me the book of, what is it, 1 Timothy 3, 2 Timothy 3, I believe it is. Yeah, get me, let me see, what did you get me? I didn't got the shoes on deck. I mean, I got it on deck, but it's not synchronizing in my mind. Yeah, read on.
What verse?
Yeah, Timothy 3.
Verse.
I think it's verse 1.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
No, that's
men
not
shall
the
be
one.
lovers of their own selves.
My bad, brother. That's not the one. No, that's not the one. My bad. Yeah, No, actually, no, we've already read that already. We're done with that. Yeah, get me, let me see, man. There's so many scriptures on this shit. Just gotta think about one in a moment. Just read what you got. Then the Spirit will lead on to it.
This is the book of John chapter 4 verse 23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
Right.
And
Get me 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, where it says, knowing that we know this, we should be of upright conversation or something like that. All godly conversation, yeah. Yeah, go on.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
Right, and the way that you do that is by carrying yourself in a certain fashion or a certain way. You know, once you do that, now you're walking in His ways in in truth. Okay, you're being real about this thing, because you got a lot of guys, they can remember scriptures back to front to back, but they're not genuine in believing in this thing, and believing in what's in the scriptures. And what proves and what shows that is because of their works, the way they walk in their own way. Oh, better yet, see, all of these scriptures is coming in my mind now all of a sudden. Get me Matthew 7, where it speaks about the straight gate, the narrow and the straight gate. Read what you got. Read that.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved,
Yep.
what manner of persons
You mean Peter's brother?
Yeah.
You're going. You said Timothy.
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 11.
Yeah.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved,
Yep.
what manner of persons ought ye to be?
Right. What manner of persons ought you to be? Go on.
In all holy conversation,
Right. In all holy conversations, speaking the things concerning the scriptures. Go on.
and godliness,
Right.
looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
Right, exactly. It says, looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord. Not looking for your own personal vengeance. Looking and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord. Once that comes down now, and then Esau experiences his own downfall, then we'll pretty much be on top of Esau, like white on the rice, and he's going to get an everlasting ass whooping. And then you can get busy. Then you can exert that anger. Okay, but right now it ain't the time. Right now it's the time to be in order, to show a level of discretion. Okay, because if you don't do so, what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself in a certain situation that you don't want to find yourself in. And I'm talking to the brothers right now that's in the faith. Everybody outside of this, they don't matter. All right, but I'm talking to the brothers that's in the faith. And if this applies to you, take heed. Okay? So somebody got a precept, right?
Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight
Right,
gate.
enter ye in at the straight gate, because the term straight means a position of difficulty. So this is not going to be an easy thing. Looks familiar. This is not going to be an easy thing. This is going to be a very difficult thing. And the most difficult thing of all is that you got to realize that you're your own worst enemy. Okay, you yourself can lead yourself out of the truth. Because when it's all said and done, it ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, Esau's the devil, and yeah, you got the 2/3 of our own people. But at the end of the day, they're not the main enemy here. The main enemy is yourself, and you have to get on top of yourself at all times. All right, you got something, right?
No, I was going to give to brother, yeah?
Okay. Yeah, he can get that out there. You're going.
Okay.
Yeah.
For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
In this black and white, you have one way and you have another way. Now, if you act in order, okay, and you have a strong mind, and your mind is in the right place, you'll endure the straits, the difficult times that you have to deal with in the street. Go on.
And many there be which find it.
Right, and many there be which will find it. Go on.
Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life.
Right, narrow is the gate that leadeth unto life. Go on.
And few there be that find it. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, so we can drop that.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
get me somebody get me the Apocrypha in Ezra 7th chapter. Yeah, you got something, yeah? Yeah, get me 2nd Ezra 7 now. I believe it's 60. 2nd Ezra 7 and 60. You got something?
What?
60 verse 60.
2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 60. Nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him.
I think it's verse 40. Verse 40. You know what it speaks about? That they walk through this path and it's narrow between these great waters. Verse 1. And there's great clouds on the other side. Okay, go on.
2nd Ezra 7 verse 1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell you. And I said, Speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it?
Yeah.
If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
Right, and that's where Yahushua got the analogy of the straight gate from this right here. Go on.
There's also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field,
Yeah.
and is full of all good things.
Oh, give me Proverbs 25 and 28. Yeah, go on.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
Exactly. So going through this journey in this faith and this truth is pretty much going to be a very difficult thing, because it's like you're walking on a tightrope kind of thing. And if you walk on a tightrope, you make one little wrong move, you can fall up the tightrope, and guess what? Your ass is going to drop all the way down to the ground and splatter yourself, man. But in this case, this is dealing with this narrow path between the path was so narrow that between it you had you have great waters on the other side and great magma on the other side. So if you walk into this narrow path and it's more fire on the other side and more water on the other side, most likely you're gonna pretty much fall on either side. Okay, because of the narrow was so what am I talking about? The path was so narrow. All right, so that means you gotta really be on your back. You have to walk you have to be sharp pretty much. Okay, go on. What is this guy doing? That's a goddamn clown. Go on.
There's also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field,
Yeah.
and is full of all good things.
Yeah.
The entrance thereof is narrow.
Right, the entrance of narrow, because in order for you to overcome this narrow path, okay, then it's like in order for you to get into the city that has all these good things in it, you have to go to that narrow path. And the way that you're gonna do so is by walking the right walk. Okay, if you walking the wrong way, you moving around the wrong way, you moving around too much, you're gonna fall out on one side. You're gonna fall into the deep waters, or you're gonna fall into that magma, and you're gonna get your eyes burned up. Go on.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall,
Yep.
like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
Right, and on the left are deep waters. Go on.
And one only path between them both,
Yep.
even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Yeah, so only one man can go there at once. 5 people can't go there at once, because you're all gonna fall up the damn path. So it's so small that it only takes one guy to go there by. And in order for you to get to the pearly gates, you have to go through that narrow path. Go on, brother.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Exactly.
The spirit indeed is willing,
Yeah.
but the flesh is
Right,
weak.
the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yeah.
So there's going to be times you're going to fall out. You're going to fall out, but you have to get back up and then learn from your mistakes. Because if you don't learn from your mistakes, then you're going to find yourself in some deep shit, some deep doo-doo. Okay, go on.
He went away the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done.
Right, thy will be done. That's it on that. So let's go back to this now.
So they say, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance,
Yep.
if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right, how should he then receive his inheritance? How do you not walk over the narrow path? It's like Moses. Moses did one thing wrong, and this is why he couldn't get into the kingdom. So this is why. This is showing us that we have to really be in our best behavior. Okay, we have to be the best that we could possibly be in this truth. If you come out here, get ready to. If someone's speaking, you get ready to read. Okay, if somebody's reading, you get ready to speak. Whatever office you got to use that office to the best of your ability. If you're in second in command or whatever position or order you got to use that to the best of your ability. Because if you're not, then somebody's going to take that position. Because it happens all the time. All right, or you just might get kicked out of it. Go on, brother.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Right, and even so is Israel's portion. Because it's our portion to receive these goodly things. And nowhere in the Bible does it say it's everybody's portion. It don't say that. But what it does say is this is Israel's portion. But who's going to get this? The elect. Why? Because they've walked according to the rule, the best way they can. All right? Because the so-called white man, this is his kingdom already. The Moabites had their kingdom. The Persians and the Medes had their kingdom. The Assyrians had their kingdom. So how the hell are they going to get a kingdom of heaven? They can't get that. They had their time to rule and shine. And that's what you Christians got to understand, because a lot of you are just pretty much a lot of you are just in this discombobulated situation, man. You're in your own little world, man. You don't know the scriptures. You don't know what you're talking about. So just shut down, man. And that's why a lot of you Christians out there, I'm not going to say a lot of you, but some of you are getting the scriptures from us.
Yeah.
And that's why you got certain Christian leaders or Bible-thumping individuals. They're now coming around to the conclusion that America is known as Babylon the Great. Where did they get that from? They got it from us. Okay? And that's all right, because they know that America is going to be destroyed. They know this very well. Why? Because we've given them that. But that's all right. That's cool. Go on, brother.
Right? So it said, because for their sakes I made the world.
Right, and for their sakes I have made the world. The reason why this earth is made for the sake of the nation of Israel. The reason why we don't inherit the earth because of sin, transgression. That's the reason why. All right, that's the reason why you walking around your neighborhoods or wherever you go, you always see Jake in this degradable state of mind, man. All right, you want to know why Jake is all bugged out their mind? It's because of sin, transgression. It's just that simple. So there's no need to ask why is this happening or why is this happening. You know the answers already. And I'm talking about the brothers in the know. Go on, bro. You got a precept?
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
Beautiful, beautiful. I don't have to explain it. That's self-explanatory.
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
Exactly. So we have the unction and we know all things. So we have this knowledge and information. We're supposed to bring this information out. Not hide it under a bushel. Or have these thoughts in your mind, these demonic thoughts in your mind. Oh man, what am I doing here? I shouldn't be out here in this damn cold weather. We're supposed to be out here doing this work, man. Because the Lord sanctioned us to be out here. The Lord gave us a command. Come out here in the highways and the byways and be ready, be instant in season and out of season to teach this word. Okay, because if you ain't got the spirit to come out here and teach this word, then you know what? You might as well even come. You might as well just stay at the yard, man. Or just give it up already. Because we ain't got time to be getting weak out here. We have to push this word out more so than ever before and fucking look around and see what's going on around the world, man. Right. That's what we gotta do. And be occupied in prophecy. And if you're not fucking doing that, then you can get to stepping, man. You know what I mean? And I'm just putting that in the air.
Fucking
going, bro. Even the cameraman got a precept.
Ephesians 6, 2 verses.
Yeah.
16 says, above all, take the shield of faith.
Right, and above all, take the shield of faith. Let me just let the scripture speak.
It's all right.
Get excited.
Wherewith, no, that's good. Wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts
Yep.
of the wicked.
Yep.
17. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the sword, which is the word of God.
Yep.
One more. 18. Praying always with all prayer.
That's another thing too. You have to pray always without ceasing, and that's why you bugging out. That's why things ain't going right, man. Cause you ain't praying. So the more you pray, the more the Lord will deal with you and protect you from all kinds of situations, man. Go on, brother.
Praying always with all prayer and supplication
Yep.
in the Spirit, and watching thereof unto with all perseverance
Yep.
and all supplication for all saints.
Exactly. So we're supposed to be watching, therefore, and praying. Watch as well as prayers, it also states. So what are we praying for? We're praying for mercy. That's one thing. And we're also looking forward to the ending of this world. All right? And also the restoration of us as a nation, starting with the elect. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Go on, brother.
So it said, verse 11, 2nd Ezra chapter 7, because for their sakes I made the world,
Right.
and when Adam transgressed my statutes,
Right.
there was decreed that now is done. There were the entrances of this world made narrow,
Right.
full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful.
Exactly. And this is why the world is in the uproar. This is why people are more sicker than ever before.